Let's around table, we dance where we're able. We do routines to corner scenes to look for infant able. We dine well here in Camelot, we eat ham and jam and Spamalot.
Hello, viewing several. Or if you prefer.
Hello, hello. It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
The countdown continues until July, when myself and the good lady Her Indoors will be going to see one of the biggest groups, whatever category you put them in the world, do their big comeback tour. We'll be in London, as I say, in July, along with 60,000 plus other people. Decent enough seats, but I need to get really up to speed with a lot of their work. I'm weighing up whether to do whole albums or what, really, because there's so much there. I could look up a set list so I know kind of what to expect, but that feels disingenuous somehow. So I'm just going to go with stuff as and when. Feel free to leave your own thoughts and suggestions, obviously, because that does help. I know that the missus has her own long playlist. I may well just end up getting recommendations from her, but basically, if you say it and then she says it, that confirms it for me. If I have you viewing several saying you really need to check out this track, and then I have her saying the same, that kind of seals the deal. As always, or up until this point, I'm going to be checking out a version posted up which has color-coded lyrics, because I'm still very sketchy about who is who. I definitely can't tell it by ear at this point, so going to keep going with that format for the time being, at least. And this is a track from the new album that dropped, I think, literally within the last week, called Swim. I got no idea what to expect generally with them. I mean, I've heard a handful of tracks, and if you can see the reactions on the channel, it's a fairly mixed bag. I mean, they're not without diversity in terms of the number of people that they comprise the group and the kind of sounds they produce, which is why I need to spend the next few months getting to grips with them and actually getting familiar with them. Will I ever become a real fan? I don't know. Time will tell on that score, but I'm going to give it a go.
Swim, swim, water falling off your skin. Swim, swim, I could spend a lifetime watching you. Swim, swim, this is how it all begins. Swim, swim, I just wanna dive, Map world, got away, I still wake up in this map world. Made me place it, I can breathe on this map world. Looking like a goody in this bad world. Don't know how to act, girl. I'm in the deep, tell me where the hell you at, girl. Oh, you ain't even gotta love me back, girl. You know that I'm never holding back, girl. Yeah. So easy to make it so hard. Nights like these, I just wanna get lost. Right here with the moon and the stars. I ain't gotta think, but I think maybe I just swim, swim. Water falling off your skin.
Okay. Back just a smidge. I mean, it's quite simple, very simple synthy sound there. Nice little beat. I think I remember that Jungkook, I can remember his voice from before. Very nice, lovely tone to it. RM doing a little rap there. I can't remember. Oh, see, this is how bad I am with it. I can't remember who else does that kind of style. I don't know if it's just RM or whether I think Sugar does that too. I really need to, if I'm going to get fully familiar with them and their work, I do need to commit more time to it. I do appreciate that. But yeah, this is pleasant, fairly straightforward message, lyrically, nothing crazy going on here. It's a nice metaphor. Just wondering if it'll pick up a bit or shift in any way, but this is just pleasant. It's a nice time. Nothing really dramatic or crazy happening.
I ain't gotta think, but I think maybe I just swim, swim. Water falling off your skin. Swim, swim. I could spend a lifetime watching you. Swim, swim. This is how it all begins. Swim, swim. I just wanna dive. Water so deep, take it off the ground. I ain't never you know me, yeah, you know me. Sitting on the shore, now I'm ready for the whole scene. I can feel the highway.
Nice lyric.
While you run away, you can run it. Sound on my tongue, she's stunning. You're the only place that I wanna be, yeah. Swim, water falling off your skin. Swim, I could spend a lifetime.
This has got to be played live, surely. I mean,
This is how it all begins. Swim, I just wanna dive. Splash, rip, make waves with my two friends. Splash, rip, I just wanna take it across the line. Under here, it'll change the time. Baby, everything can be so sad. Through my face from the west. I just wanna die. Swim.
oh, back a smidge. Yeah, it's this is just very. This is a pleasant sort of, not a crowd pleaser. That feels like the wrong word to use. But you know what I mean. This is just, I mean, that chorus alone. That's incredibly catchy. I mean, that's going to be in my head. You know, swim. Forgive the tone of my voice. Yeah, just again, not a big sound. It's really low key, but it's nice. It's pleasant. There's not a huge dramatic, that I can see anyway, differentiation between the styles at the moment vocally. I'm sure I've heard a more distinctive sort of sound, like a real difference between them in other tracks that I've heard. Admittedly, there's only a handful of those. Particularly, I remember liking Jungkook and Sugar and V. I think that all of them have got good qualities. You know, they all sound great, but I mean, there's nothing really dramatic happening in terms of the sound or the differences in their delivery with each verse or each line that they have. But again, I don't think that matters because this is a very just chill song, so it doesn't need to be dramatic or crazy vocally. But I mean, the chorus alone, like I say, that's going to be stuck in my head. That bit as well, that very catchy.
Water falling off your skin. Swim. I could spend a lifetime watching you. Swim. Let it all begin. Swim. I just wanna dive.
Okay. Yeah, apologies actually. I'll tell you what, that felt like I didn't have a lot to contribute or say there, because again, that just felt like a really mellow, low key, not particularly wah track. You know what I mean? There wasn't a huge amount going on, but a very catchy one. I feel like that's one that people will happily sway and sing along to. I mean, how can you not? That melody and everything that was going on in the chorus was very real earworm, which I'm sure a lot of the tracks will be. Yeah, not much to say other than very pleasant, very nice, very mellow. I definitely need some more recommendations of interesting. I feel like I'm being rude when I say that, but I'm not, honestly. But you know, just tracks that are impactful, interesting, and dramatic that aren't just, because obviously there's going to be plenty of tracks probably similar to this where it's going to be pleasant. It's going to be sort of, you know, decent sound, not filler, but you know what I mean. Just nothing really crazy or interesting happening beyond a nice catchy beat and a simple melody and what have you. I need something. Well, I want something more than that. So I'll always get input from the missus because this is her, you know, her thing essentially. You know, this is her style of music in terms of what she listens to a lot, and this is a group she's very familiar with. But please, can you guys also give me some thoughts, some insights? Give me at some point I will check out some live clips and performances as well. I think because that'd be a good way to warm up for the gig in July. But yeah, do give me some thoughts. Give me some ideas of tracks that you think I'll get a lot out of. Whether they perform them in this gig in July or not, I just want some good examples of, oh, here's something interesting from them, or here's one where you get a real shift from one person to another, you know, as far as their vocal style. You know, there's a lot of members here, so I'd expect there will be tracks where you will get a real dramatic, you know, there'll be a counterpoint between how Jungkook is delivering this verse versus how V or Sugar or whoever takes the next verse or takes the chorus. So please do give me some of those suggestions because I obviously need a hand on this, and I've only got a few months to prepare. But yeah, as always, appreciate you stopping by, guys. So as I say, do leave those thoughts and comments. Give it a like if you did like it. But yeah, bye forever.
Shut up! Will you shut up? Shut up! Bloody peasant! Oh, what a giveaway. Did you hear that? Did you hear that, eh?